What do we got here? Sorry. The life of the digital chicken farmer is a humble one. Working the land with your own 2 hands, 4 ERC20 tokens, and a flock of upgradable NFTs by your side. The results for the farmer, however, are anything but humble. We stood here at last year's Avalanche Summit as mere fledgling, daring to believe that users would want an interactive experience with their collectibles. That personalization, customization, and gamification empower digital ownership. The chicken is life. And it seems we were right. Chicken is no longer just the #1 NFT in the history of Avalanche. No sir. It is now a sophisticated token economy which sees thousands of players mobilizing hundreds and thousands of dollars of value each and every week. We truly are taking NFTs to the next level. For the uninitiated, Chikn is the premier gaming ecosystem for upgradable NFTs. The character NFTs that comprise the ecosystem are the Tamagotchis of Web3. They are all algorithmically unique, upgradable, tradable, and productive. At the core of the Chikn ecosystem is a novel yet elegant tokenomics model we coined our tri-token architecture. Simply, all chicken lay egg, and egg is the fuel that runs the Chikn ecosystem. Our central thesis of upgradability now extends across an entire ecosystem of interlinked NFTs and tokens, from customizable metadata to gamified LP farming and interactive NFT artwork. We continue to show the full repertoire of the ERC 721 token standard. Since kicking off the upgradable NFT revolution, we have seen a notable contagion. From our friends at Chainlink writing an expose on dynamic NFTs to the likes of Yuga Labs, Moonbirds, and more, using elements of our architecture and non-custodial staking. While flattering, this isn't all that surprising. For nearly 18 months, Chikn has been the clear NFT market leader on AVAX by way of volume, market cap, and community engagement. The bonds forged by this game design are undeniable. Upon reflection, though, it is wild to think that a core team of 6 indie developers from Australia conceived, developed, and bootstrapped this whole ecosystem entirely organically, with no VC funding, capital raises, influencer shilling, or major marketing campaigns. But such is the power of blockchain, of Avalanche, and of community. We're excited today to reveal a few key developments on the path forward, but we also feel it's important to revel in some of our collective achievements. It's my pleasure to introduce our COO, Sherbok Holmes, to take us through some of the milestones and releases Chikn has seen in this system.
Thanks, Cluck. Since launching the original Chikn collection in November 21, we have been building non-stop. In February of 22, we launched Farmland, an upgradable NFT which gamifies LP farming. Chikn farmers upgrade their farmland to reveal new traits, literally upgrading the artwork. These new traits have their own rarity and utility in the Chikn ecosystem. Our community love this NFT, and they describe it as the Pokemon Booster Pack. In May of 22, we launched Rooster and the new Furt token. And, just as chicken lay egg, Rooster squirt Furt. Rooster was the biggest mint in AVAX history. In just 15 minutes, we caused record-breaking network congestion, gas prices, and transaction volume. Later in the year, we launched Ignite, our very own launchpad. Ignite has been integral in launching projects onto AVAX, from solo artists to AAA game releases. To date, we have integrated with 6 projects and launched tens of thousands of prizes into the ecosystem. In doing so, thousands of Ignite participants have collectively burned over 1 million egg tokens. For any product, business, or platform coming to Avalanche, Ignite is the best way to gain traction with active AVAX users. In November 22, we issued a new token, Worm, and underwent a massive transition in ecosystem mechanics. Until this point, the gameplay goal was primarily to produce more egg. But with Worm, the new goal is producing NFTs. We call this the play-to-own economy. In short, Worm explored beneath players' farmland, discovering resources, blueprints, and ultimately crafting items. In February of this year, the foraging and crafting system was completed. Now, chicken farmers are able to forage for resources on their farmland and use Worm to craft them into semi-fungible items. These items are equipped to NFTs to optimize foraging and earn rewards. But ultimately, these items will be used by your birds in the upcoming active game. You'll hear about that in a little bit. This new play-to-own economy rolled out on the back of off-chain infrastructure, a key development for our ecosystem. By simply verifying ownership once, users are able to interact with their NFTs off-chain and bring any rewards back on-chain. This infrastructure lays the foundation for cross-chain integration as well as targeting a mass market of Web2 gamers. You'll also hear more about that later. So, now we've taken a stroll down memory lane and admired what's been built so far, it's time to quantify the scale of it. Let me start by making this abundantly clear. Chikn is the market-leading NFT on AVAX. In fact, the scale of our success makes us the market leader across the entire industry.
Buck.
Over the last 18 months of chicken farming, we've seen over $30 million of volume across our collections. 30 million. Compared to data from OpenSea, this puts Chikn in the top 120 NFTs by volume. And, according to DApp Radar, Chikn is in the top 250 dApps of all time. Today, Chikn continues to dominate AVAX NFT volume. The market cap of our collections surpasses $10 million and grows every day as chicken farmers produce more NFTs. And it's not just our NFTs which lead the market. Robust tokenomics have sustained our fungible token economy as well. Now, while not immune to the past year's volatility, Egg has retained over $1 million in liquidity. And, astonishingly, there is currently 4 times more Egg in liquidity than in circulation. This demonstrates that our gamified LP incentives are extremely compelling to players. Chicken farmers would rather hold on to their egg and capitalize on its utility rather than liquidate. And the utility of egg is realized by burning it. The chicken ecosystem strongly incentivizes players to burn their tokens, naturally countering the inflation from token-emitting NFTs. To date, over 60 million egg tokens have been minted and a whopping 40 million burned, 2/3 of the entire supply. That's nearly $9 million willingly burned by chicken farmers. Of the remaining 20 million egg, 12 million are locked in liquidity and 5 million retained by the project. This leaves only 3 million egg in circulation, just 5% of all egg ever minted. And egg, it isn't even our only token burned en masse. We also have the feed token, which chicken eat to lay more egg. When a chicken is fed, the feed is burned. Of the total feed supply, 70% has been fed to chicken, equating to over $7.5 million of token burn. Now, that's a lot of numbers, so what are the key takeaways? Firstly, these numbers demonstrate that Chikn is a market leader, not just on AVAX, but across the entire Web3 industry. Secondly, our game design aligns player incentives with robust tokenomics. Chicken farmers love to burn their tokens. Just go and ask them. And finally, Chikn has laid groundwork for adoption across any blockchain, and we have our eyes set on the mass market of Web2 gamers. Thanks for your time, everyone. Here's Brady, our Chief Creative Officer, to talk a little more about our artistic vision.
Hello. Hello. I'm Gregor, do the pictures. All right. The original style here is photorealistic assets brought together in a whimsical and very memorable aesthetic. A lot of cut through here. This art style is iconic, and it's always going to be the OG style that we fell in love with. However, my friends, there are limitations that don't meet the ambitions that we have for the brand. particularly when it comes to visualizing the Chikn NFTs in active game settings, but also across the brand material and design assets in general. Beyond the purely pragmatic reasons, as you can see, we want to transform the Chikn into a clearly recognizable brand, capable of broad market, appeals to a broad market of casual and serious gamers and NFT collectors alike. It has been a sleepless effort to completely redesign and overhaul the visual style of Chikn while still retaining the charm and mimetic appeal of the original collection. The first place that this has been implemented is the Chikn NFT art itself. There you go. Alright, what you have here is the new illustrated style with a unified color palette. Every single NFT in the Chikn collection has been crafted again using this new style. While more cartoonish, we believe this is actually a significant step up in cohesion and maturity for the brand, while maintaining the character and the integrity of the originals. Rooster Maxis among you, thank you. Fear not, we are busy implementing this style across the rest of the Rooster collection as well, while we continue to build out our active game offerings and redesign the website. This marks a huge leap in the sophistication of the Chikn art, design, and style, and broadens the appeal of to a mass audience. On the back of this visual rehaul to the NFTs themselves, we are implementing this design across the whole language of the Chikn farm. We are in the thick of a rebuild of the website, and devs willing, the homepage is live right now. Yeah. All right. All right, I'm going to forgive this gift. It's really thank you. All right. It's much more fun and engaging and visually appealing to new users, especially compared to the last one. It serves two purposes: to be both more user-friendly in conveying the complexities of the NFT gaming to casual users, but also more commercially appealing to gamers and investors alike, many making their first forays into Avalanche. You can see the style extends across the whole brand, logo, wordmark, down to the buttons. The new art direction is incredibly exciting to me, and it's going to talk to our entire ecosystem. This includes your roosts, your worm farms, your farmland, and the user experience in general. From here, you can expect to see this as the new standard across all our future product releases, breeding minigames beyond. We have also begun its implementation in a title release of ours for later this year. And just to drop, we have a fully sick merch drop that's going to happen exactly after this talk. So if you want to go raid the Avalanche store, that is the place to do it. Now, with that, I will hand you back to Cluck. Thank you very much.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to let you in on one of our title releases for 2023. We've kept our beak sealed for many months now, letting the community speculate on the possibilities. It has been a long journey to get here today, with many iterations of the game design, mechanics, art style, sound design, and incentive structures, but finally, it is time to talk CoqFight. Creating a game is no mean feat, let alone one for Web3. We've also seen by now, from the many failed attempts at play-to-earn gaming, that the bar must be raised. This is why we spent countless hours rolling out the play-and-earn and play-to-earn infrastructure required to make a Web3 game that can last. Now, we can place emphasis on what really matters. Soup. Strategy, ownership, upgradability, and playability. Playing to the strengths of Web3 as a medium, we have identified these as the 4 imperatives for a blockchain game to see real adoption. We've designed and developed a game which truly honors these tenets, with the integration of not only our upgradable character NFTs, but of all the infrastructure we have released so far. Every step of the way, from chicken to rooster, from egg to worm, from foraging to crafting, we have meticulously designed every element to coalesce in the product we call CoqFight. A completely original game, mind you, built on a proprietary in-house engine, custom fit for NFTs, and yes, optimized for desktop and mobile. It is one hell of a tasty chicken soup, so let's check it out. CoqFight is a turn-based tactical NFT battle game, where your unique birds battle for 3 things: wages, XP, and notoriety, with each and every win being recorded permanently on-chain. Each of your bird's traits corresponds to a unique moveset in CoqFight, so every bird is a bespoke build, ready and raring for battle. Of course, you can also customize your build, firstly by equipping crafted items to blank trait slots, and in time by upgrading every trait individually to unlock new moves and features. There are endless possibilities for the build of your bird, giving players the truest sense of customization and of ownership. This isn't the only way your bird can be upgraded. Each coq has an upgradable set of battle stats, the only limitation on which being the size of your NFT. So, players who have been working hard to beef up their birds will certainly be better ready for battle. So, how does the gameplay work? Simple. You select a coq, agree to a set wager, and assume the role of trainer to coach your bird through battle. The battle plays out in a series of rounds. As trainer, you select a sequence of moves for your bird to execute before each round begins. While it is turn-based, it is not a singular move at a time. This allows for a greater complexity of gameplay while rooted in a familiar format for even the most casual of games. Each move deals damage to your opponent, but also costs you attack points. Run out of AP, and your bird becomes gassed, leaving it vulnerable for greater damage. Moves don't just deal damage either. A range of status effects can be cast on you or your opponent to impact gameplay. Your job as trainer, of course, is to select the most effective moves in a way that considers your opponent. With every trait being publicly visible, seasoned players will be better able to anticipate and cater for their opponent, allowing for the K-level madness we know and love at Chikn. With a clear path to progression and multiple valid playstyles and strategies, we are confident that we are creating a game with serious staying power. However, staying relevant is as much about life outside of the game as in the game itself. We're ensuring that CoqFight is fluidly integrated with socials. Replays, highlights, and results are all on the cards for one-click sharing. Eventually, place yourself in the thick of the meta. Got beef on Twitter? Settle it with a CoqFight. It's finally time to see whose cock is bigger. And with that, it's our pleasure to present to you the announcement trailer for CoqFight. We're proud to announce that the closed alpha for CoqFight will commence later this month to a strictly select audience. This will be used to gather critical feedback before we look toward the open alpha release later in the year. Although we're eager to get this into the hands of our users as soon as humanly possible, more powerful than the blow itself is knowing when to strike. We hope you can enjoy this exciting journey with us as much as we've enjoyed making it for you. Now, one last announcement before we wrap up. As an indie project, we may not possess the marketing muscle of some of our counterparts. We are, though, agile and tenacious, and above all else, we listen to our community. So we'd like to fill you in on our plans for some aggressive ecosystem expansion. As we all know by now, nothing markets an NFT or a Web3 game better than a mint. It's the most genuine and frictionless way to advertise, and the most receptive an audience will ever be to a project. We also know that between our current 10,000 Chikn and 12,000 Rooster, we have nowhere near the required user base to sustain and proliferate a successful vision of CoqFight. While significant time and energy has been allocated into developing our breeding engine, Given the recent sunsetting of some quality games, we are cognizant of the challenges posed by hero NFT inflation without the users to absorb the supply. This is why we're pleased to announce a new initiative to take our marketing to the next level. Chikn X. Chikn is going cross-chain. Before any chicken and rooster maxes lay an egg, let me reassure you, only the original chicken will ever lay egg, only the original rooster will ever squirt fur. These cross-chain cocks will be part of our tri-token architecture, but with a different approach, and of course, all our OG holders will have priority access. All major chains, both established and emerging, are firmly in our sights, and thanks to months of BD and outreach, we already have one exciting destination for expansion locked in. Polygon. Working in collaboration with Polygon Labs, we're excited to build a two-way bridge for the benefit of both chains and their users. Capitalizing on our new design language, we will propagate our ecosystem in its full maturity, leaving no stone unturned and no user unacquired in the process. By now, we're all acutely aware that for any NFT or GameFi project to see true success on Avalanche, including Chikn, acquisition of new users is paramount. That is the mission of Chikn X, and it's one we implore you all to rally behind. After all, our project and our chain are only as good as the community who made us, and for that, we are eternally grateful. To any new friends here today, we can't wait to welcome you to the farm, and to our existing Chikn fam, get ready for battle. LFB, bok bok.